This is a video about Microsoft Excel 2010, creating an equipment database. And this is part 4, creating a locations table. This is the worksheet as we left it with the last video. I'm going to add another worksheet. So we'll click on here. We're going to rename this. And we're going to call this fixtures by room, and move this worksheet to the front. So this will be the first one we come to. And much as we did with the fixture schedule, we're going to create a table right here. And we start typing in some column headings. First one will be, ask the question whether or not each of these room records will count in the totals that we do. We have a place for a room, a column for fixture code, and for fixture type. We'll have a column for a number of fixtures. We'll have lamp code. We'll have a lamp code. We'll have the number of lamps per fixture. And as we've done before, set this to wrap text. I'm going to adjust my column sizes here a little bit. Okay. And just to make this easier to see again, we're going to go to work on data fields. Before I do that, I'm going to label this. And always a good idea to label. And merge those cells. I'm going to merge these cells over here. Have an apostrophe there, so it doesn't interpret this as a. Down here, this first field is designed just to be a yes or no. Put a sample character in there and just center it. Room number. It's just a whatever room it happens to be. This is a data input field. And add it in there. Then we'll be entering a fixture code, and that is going to be something where we're going to use data validation. Fixture code is a field where we'll be doing some data validation. So in order to do this, we're going to go to the fixture schedule sheet, and we're going to set up some named ranges. One of which will be, let's select this column, and we're going to go to formulas, define name, and this one is going to be fixture code. And then we're going to do another one. This will be the all the columns of the table. And this one will be fixtures. And now we'll go back. And here, we're going to go into data and do data validation. And as before, we'll go with list. And for our source, we'll be going to fixture code. So when we look in this arrow here, we should see a list of fixture codes, and these are those codes that we had already entered in that table. So we're going to have fixture type, and fixture type is going to be something that we read out of table in the fixture schedule. So here we're going to be entering a formula, very similar to what we did in the other worksheet, except a little bit easier, because in this case we're just going to be referring to something in the same workbook. So we'll go if, this is just so we don't get error messages, and here we're going to be looking at this cell right here, and we're going to be putting in a condition that this is not equal to nothing. And if that's the case, meaning it has data that's been entered in it, we're going to go VLOOKUP again. And this time we're going to be looking again at that same cell, V7. Here we're going to look at that named range. And we're looking at column 2, which has the fixture types. And we're going to be entering false, meaning we want an exact match. Then we'll have the that conditional statement, the if, or if there is no data in the fixture code column, then we'll return nothing. Then we'll try that out, and we're seeing nothing. And that's because we don't have a fixture code in there yet. We'll put in a fixture code, and it gives us a fixture type. And that was just exactly what we were looking for. Now the number of fixtures is just a data field for data entry. We'll come to lamp code, and lamp code is going to be something that we read out of the fixture schedule. So it's going to look very much like what we saw over here for Troffer. This looks so much like it. I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to go over here and just Control V, paste it in. However, it's giving us Troffer, which isn't what we want, and that's because we're in the wrong column of the table, because we just used the same thing as here. We're still looking at D7, the fixture code. So to see which column we need, I look over here, and the fixture type was here. The lamp code is 2 columns over in column 4. So that means that the column that I report with my VLOOKUP, I really want it to be column 4. And sure enough, that gives me a lamp code. Now the number of lamps per fixture is very much the same thing. So over here, I'm going to paste that same formula again. And this time, I can just remember looking over there that I want to be in column 6. And it gives me 3 lamps per fixture. The number of lamps will be a calculated field. However, we're also going to want to do something a little special with that formula, just to avoid error messages. So we'll put a conditional, and we're going to check to see that the cells for number of fixtures and lamps per fixtures aren't empty. So we're going to go, since we want both of them, we're going to join those together using AND. And our conditions here are that, counting the number, we're going to actually join the count total here. So we're going to go with this field. So we'll show that it's not equal to nothing. And then the other condition that we want here is that we actually have something in here for fixture code, and that is not equal to empty. And so we'll close the parentheses on our AND. And now, assuming those conditions are true, to set this cell equal to the number of fixtures times number of lamps per fixture. And if that's not the case, we're just going to set it to being empty. And we'll close the parentheses. And check that out. It shows 0 in there, which would be the correct answer. However, if we had 0 or nothing in there, lamps per fixture, same. Okay. Now, with that complete, I'm going to copy this down a bit farther. So I'm going to go to the fields where there's something real special about them and copy them down one cell. I'm going to delete that and delete these. And I should have, so I'm just going to copy this down about 50 rows or so. So down here, let's say our formulas, just like we do up top. And as we did another sheet, I'm just going to select all these. And so we know we have something in there. We're going to give them a little format. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to put in a little bit of data, kind of random things. So I'm just going to put some numbers in here for fixtures. Now as we put in all those fixture codes, we populated the fixture type, populated the lamp code. Now I'm going to go over here and just put some data in for a number of fixtures. And you'll notice that over in the number of lamps column, it's remained blank. And the reason for that is that we don't have anything over here in the count in total. If I go over to this column and put something in there, you'll see that the number of lamps populates. After formatting that for center, it should have us pretty much complete for this video. In the next video, we'll be looking at doing some conditional formatting and particularly looking at some reporting.